Hey, I'm Dustin Panker here with Klim, and I want to spend a few minutes and talk about Avalanche safety, specifically Avalanche backpacks. So you see I've got two Avalanche bags here. I've got the Aspect 16 and I've got the Atlas 26. Avi bags have become a really important part of the Klim product line for a couple of reasons. One, we're based in the mountains, so we spend the majority of our time riding in the mountains. And if you're going to ride in the backcountry, you're going to expose yourself to some avalanche risk at some point. There's just no way around that. I started wearing a bag 8 or 9 years ago, and I've owned several bags. I've tried a lot of different bags. But one thing a lot of those bags had in common was they were all developed for the ski industry. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. We need to give credit to the ski industry for the research and the development and for pushing the Avalanche bag technology. But I kind of always found myself thinking, well, I wish my bag had, this specific motorsports feature or that, And so for the last 2 or 3 years, Klim has spent focusing on developing a snowmobile-specific Avalanche backpack, one that has the features that a snowmobiler could really use. Some extra benefits, so to speak, that we're not finding on the packs that were developed in the ski industry, okay? So first and foremost, it's most important just to make sure you have a bag on. It's better than nothing at all, right? So we encourage everyone to wear the proper safety equipment: bag, beacon, probe, shovel, and make sure you're trained on how to use it, because if you have it and you don't know how to use it, it doesn't do you much good, So make sure you're educating yourself on that, all right? So now we've got our two snowmobile-specific Avalanche bags here, and I want to go through and talk about the similarities between these two bags, and then we'll break each bag down and talk about the differences, and then at the end I'm going to go ahead and we'll deploy one just so you can see how long it takes, how big it gets, what it looks like, things like that, okay? All right, so the similarities between these two snowmobile-specific bags. They both have a very visual goggle pocket right here, and I'll just open the bag and you can see there's a spare pair of goggles in there. So that's a nice handy feature. They both have a lower compartment here. You see I've got a first aid kit here, and we can actually put a tool bag either inside this compartment or behind that compartment. And this is a tool bag that comes with both of these packs. There's no tools in it. You need to put your own toolkit together, but it'll fit nicely down inside here, or it'll fit inside this pocket here, okay? They are both set up so they can handle a radio. You're seeing radios they're a lot more prevalent in the backcountry now. If you haven't ridden with a radio, I encourage you to try it. It completely changes how safe your group can be and how you can warn the other people in your group. So the radio is a nice feature, okay? They both have, and you probably can't see it very well, but they both have the lower safety strap that prevents the backpack from coming over your head in the unlikely event or unfortunate event that you do have to pull it and you get in an avalanche, okay? Both of these bags are ambidextrous, meaning we can change the position of the trigger handle from left to right. And I've actually switched them just so you can see they're on, one on each side here, okay? All right, now the tech behind these bags. This system is a system manufactured by a company called Alpride. We've partnered with them. They're a Swiss company. They're up in the Alps. They're based around the Alps. So they're in mountainous terrain. They know avalanches. The reason we partnered with them is because this technology is pretty groundbreaking. It uses a supercapacitor as the power source instead of a battery. And it uses a high-speed fan compressor to inflate the bag. So that gives us a couple of nice options. Number one, we can fly with the bag. There's no flight restrictions because it has a supercapacitor and it has a fan. There's no bottle. There's no flight restrictions. The other thing is a supercapacitor is inherently, naturally, it can be charged over and over and over and over, and it doesn't lose its effectiveness. And it works very well in a wide range of temperatures. Temperature doesn't really affect it. So even if we're in super cold conditions, say clear down to -20, -30 Celsius, this is still going to be just as effective as it is, say, at room temperature. So those are the two major benefits to using a supercapacitor and then our high-speed compressor fan. One more thing with the high-speed compressor fan, it actually has the ability to pressurize the bag similar to what you would do with a tire. It'll build pressure. It doesn't just inflate it, it'll actually increase the pressure in the bag to give support. In other words, if I'm laying on my back, that bag's going to have to lift me up, right? It's going to have to overcome my weight. So we need to build pressure with the bag, and the high-speed compressor fan will do that. So we're really excited about our Alpride partnership and the supercapacitor compressor fan technology. Okay, so that covers the similarities between these two bags. Oh no, I'm sorry, there's one more. You'll see both of them have this red zipper. We've used a different color zipper because this is the pocket that houses the additional safety equipment. And you'll see that I have a probe, in here I have the shovel, my probe's over here, but in this one I have both, I have a probe and a shovel in that pocket. So if you get in a very tense situation like you are during an avalanche and you're trying to describe to your friend, hey, grab my shovel because we don't want to take our pack off. We want to leave our pack on. You can say it's in the red zippered pocket and they're going to know exactly where it is. So you're going to save time, right? So again, we've identified our safety equipment with the red zipper on both of these bags. Okay, so that's really crucial. Okay, yeah, so I think that covers everything. Just a couple little things, some safety straps, tension straps to kind of compact it. That's kind of more basic stuff. So let's break both of these bags down. We're going to start with the Aspect 16. Now, the 16 indicates storage capacity. So we have around 16 liters of storage capacity inside this bag through various pockets, okay? Don't confuse that with the airbag capacity. That's 150 liters. So if we inflate that airbag, that'll inflate to 150 liters capacity. But we have 16 liters of storage here, okay? Now, I've ridden with both of these bags, and I usually wear this one if I know I need to carry a lot of stuff because it has a ton of capacity, 26 liters. But there's been occasion when I've had to take everything out of this bag and put it in this bag, and it fits. So it's actually pretty versatile, and the storage capacity is probably a little closer than what you would think. This will carry a lot of gear, okay? All right, so let's just open this bag up. And I'll show you, well, actually, before I do that, let's get a side profile. The side profile kind of gives you an idea of the thickness of the bag and the size difference, okay? And then I want to show you a top profile so, again, you can get an idea of the size difference. So we definitely have a little bit more room here than we have here. So that kind of helps you understand the differences. Okay, you know what, we'll actually open this bag. So this is my personal bag here. This is the bag I wore most of the season last season testing. I wanted to get an idea of how comfortable it was versus this bag, and so I spent maybe 3/4 of the season on this one, and I spent maybe 1/4 of the season on this one here. And we'll just go ahead and we'll take this bag, we'll open this bag up. So I've got my shovel, easy to get in and out right there, plus it's also got another area here. I probably can't see it for the probe. And then this is called an RPD, Rapid Probe Deployment. I can actually deploy my probe with the backpack on my back by simply opening this and dropping my probe out. So that's another quick release safety feature that we've incorporated into the 26 liter bag, okay? All right. We're going to release the safety straps on the side, and we're going to open up the inside of the bag. You see I've got a few safety items there. I've got an emergency bivvy. I've got some fire starter, hand warmers in case I have to spend the night, emergency spare pair of gloves, and I actually put my toolkit in here because I try to get it as low on my back as I possibly can. Okay, so this is the control center for the backpack that turns on the unit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand this up so we can see it on the camera. But this is your compressor fan. This is your on switch. This is your bleed off valve. So if you have to pull the trigger and blow it up, you can bleed the air out here. And then this compartment down here houses a pair of AA batteries that we can use to recharge if we've had to pull the trigger and deploy the bag. So the system can be charged with a micro USB that comes in the kit when you get it, and that'll charge it in about 20 minutes. That'll give you about 2 pulls, okay? And I've tried that. I've done the 2 pulls, I've taken it off, I've charged it, I've done the 2 pulls. It's very repeatable, okay? But if you're in the field and you, for some reason, have to do 2 pulls, these AA batteries will charge it in about 40 minutes. And what I'm doing is I'm actually keeping a spare set of AA batteries in this compartment right here. So if I was to have to put a spare set of batteries in here, I've got another spare set just in case. I hope nobody's ever in that situation. I haven't been, but we want to think ahead, right? So you can use the spare or a pair of AA batteries, and that'll charge the bag. Let's talk about turning the bag on here, or operating the bag. So this small orange button right here, if I pull out on this and I turn clockwise a quarter turn and just hold it for a second and bring it back, that's going to activate the system. And you'll hear it beep twice and you'll hear the fan cycle twice. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I don't know if you could hear that or not. Now over here on this side, we've got some indicator lights. Green indicates that it's operational and ready to be deployed, okay? There's 2 more indicator lights here. This one's kind of an amber color and this one's a red color. If you get that red color, that means that there's something wrong or your batteries are dead. You should plug it in and make sure that it's operational before you use the bag, okay? Another safety feature we've built into it is it goes through a self-check. So when I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off, you're going to see the red light flash once, it's going to cycle once, and it's going to be off. When I turn this on, you'll see the light go off, it'll go through a self-check, and then it turns back on. So once we get that green light, that means the self-check was good and we're good to go. Okay, I'm going to leave this on because I'm going to deploy the bag, so let's put everything back together here. We'll zip up our operations center. I'm going to put my safety, put my safety items back in here. All right, we got everything latched up. Now, before I deploy this, I want to talk about how these 2 different bags fit. So this is a traditional backpack strapping system, okay? You'll notice that this backpack has a little bit more of a vest style attachment on the front. Now, they do feel different when you wear them. This one seems to take the weight off of my shoulders a little bit better. So when I zip this zipper up, I enclose that clasp. When I did all that up, I can feel the weight around my torso. I feel like I like that a little bit better because it takes the pressure off of my shoulders. However, when I need to pack a significant amount of equipment, if I'm going to go way in the backcountry or I'm going on a search and rescue or something like that, this is definitely going to be my go-to bag. Okay, so from a comfort standpoint, they're both very, very comfortable. This one feels a little bit more like a vest, and this one feels a little bit more like a traditional backpack, okay? So let's go ahead, put the bag on. And see, I got my radio and my trigger here. I'm gonna do up my safety strap on the bottom. Put that through. I'll do up my metal clasp here. Not plastic, it's metal. Okay, we'll move this out of the way. All right, so it doesn't take a ton of force to pull this. It's not like you gotta just give it everything you got, but you do wanna be firm with it. One thing I did learn is this is the highest strength plastic they could find. They did a lot of research just making sure that if it was super cold out, you weren't gonna break this. They wanted to reduce any risk of any malfunction possible. So let's go ahead and pull it and we'll watch the bag unfold. Okay, so you heard the fan cycle for 2 to 3 seconds to a full deployment, all right? Now, a couple things I want you to know about the bag is when it's fully deployed, it's holding a significant amount of pressure. So much so that I can sit on it. You know, it'll support my weight, which means if you happen to unfortunately get in an avalanche, this is going to stand up. It's going to have the best chance of standing up to debris and keeping you afloat to the top. Okay, so I'll kind of give you just a close-up front view, then I'll give you a close-up back view. Now, I'm not going to go through the process in this video of repackaging this, but basically what you would do is you would open it up just like I had it kind of filleted open a minute ago. There was that upper orange valve. You pull that, it allows you to push all of the air out of the bag. And then there's a folding process. You kind of scissor it back together, you put it back inside, and then you reattach the breakaway zipper, and you're ready to go. How does this system work? How does it aid me in an avalanche? It's making me larger. It's making me like a larger piece of debris, right? If you've ever seen an avalanche, you've seen how the larger pieces come to the top. So we're trying to replicate that here. We're trying to become larger and allow that mass to bring us to the top of the slide, right? So you can kind of get an idea of that size. So hopefully that covers all the differences between these two bags, the Aspect 16, the Atlas 26. There are a few more little details. If you guys have questions, please reach out to us, shoot us an email, give us the opportunity to try to answer any questions we can. Give us a call. Customer service is really good about that type of stuff. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to continue to do some more of these walkthrough videos, so hopefully that'll help you guys stay up to date on all the tech. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the hill.
For more information on the products listed in this video, click on the link in the description area below. Feel free to call us with any questions or place an order at 800-969-7501. Don't forget to smash that like button, comment, share, and subscribe for all of the latest DK events, videos, and promos.